Last time I mentioned the fact that the Holy Spirit was the most important person in a Christian's life. Today I want to tell you that the Holy Spirit, in many ways, was the most important person in Jesus' life. You realize Jesus did no ministry, He did no miracles, no leadership, no counseling, no evangelism, no teaching, no healing, no casting out of demons that we know anything about until He had received the Holy Spirit. And when did that happen? That happened when He was baptized. In Luke chapter 3, in verse 21 and 22, it says, "All the people were baptized, and Jesus also was baptized. As He was praying, heaven opened, and the Holy Spirit descended upon Him." You know, Luke is the most human description of Jesus we have in all the Gospels. Jesus is 100% man and 100% God. And Luke shows us what it was like for Jesus on the human side. And he mentions the Holy Spirit more than the others because the human aspect of Jesus realized He couldn't do these things without the Holy Spirit. Right after He was baptized, it says in Luke chapter 4, verse 1, Jesus returned from the Jordan full of the Holy Spirit and was led by the Spirit into the wilderness. So the Holy Spirit descended upon Jesus at His baptism, filled Him, and led Him into the wilderness. And after being tempted for 40 days and having victory over the devil, Jesus returned to Galilee, Luke 4:14, in the power of the Spirit. And news of Him spread throughout the entire region. So He was empowered by the Holy Spirit. That's where He got His power. That's where He got His strength. And then we read Jesus' first message in His hometown. He stood up and He read from Isaiah chapter 61. He said, "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because He's anointed me to preach the good news to the poor. He sent me to proclaim freedom to the captives, recovery of sight to the blind, to set free the oppressed, to proclaim the year of the Lord's favor." The Holy Spirit is credited by Jesus as the agent for His ministry. And everything He did in ministry, He did through the power of the Holy Spirit. So Jesus didn't do any ministry until He had the Holy Spirit. He didn't do any ministry without the Holy Spirit. He did all of His ministry in the power of the Holy Spirit. Jesus shows us that the Holy Spirit was vitally important in His life and in His ministry, and you should make the Holy Spirit vitally important in your life and your ministry as well.